So Jeff, your book, Wisdom of Walt, were there any moments where you had to follow your own advice?
Absolutely. Before the book came out in 2015, I actually, the year before, started teaching what had been my dream course, and that is the history of Disneyland at California Baptist University. And when I came up with that idea back in 2011, I first did nothing about it because I'm like, we're a real university and we're accredited. And if I am the faculty member that shows up and says, hey, let's teach a class on the history of Disneyland, I'll get thrown out of campus for pitching what was obviously a Mickey Mouse idea. And finally, because it was a dream that, you know, like Ghost in the Haunted Mansion, it kept following me home, it wouldn't leave me alone. I finally said, this dream means something to me and we need to take it seriously and pursue it. And so I finally got up enough courage to ask, and they said yes. And so for an entire year, I got to work on my dream. The syllabus, curriculum, guest lectures, field trips, everything. Went in, gave the first lecture in my dream class in May of 2014. It was awesome.
That must have been amazing.
It was, and then the next day I was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And the neurosurgeon at Cedars-Sinai in Los Angeles said it's life-threatening, it needs to come out. Today is Friday, we need you back here on Tuesday for brain surgery. And best case scenario, you'll be out of work anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. Well, 6 to 8 weeks means that's the end of the class. It's canceled, probably never to be seen or heard from again. And I looked the neurosurgeon in the eye and I said, sorry, but Tuesday's not going to happen. And he wanted to know, well, what are you doing that's so important that you're willing to risk your life? And I told him I was teaching a summer class, and he wanted to know, well, what class are you teaching? And when I said history of Disneyland, I thought he was going to kill me before the tumor ever had a chance. But that's really when it went from idea to thought to dream to actual passion. A passion that I was willing to lay down my life for. Every year in the United States alone, 33 million people go to either the Magic Kingdom here in California or the Magic Kingdom in Florida. And I don't see the parks as an escape, I see them as an example. I see them as the place, not where dreams come true, but the place showing you how to make your own dreams come true.
An inspirational place, right?
Absolutely. And if I was going to talk to my students about all of the obstacles and adversity that Walt faced in making his dream come true, and then I backed down at the first obstacle or adversity I faced, well, what kind of message would that send? And so we delayed the surgery, we taught the class, we had the operation on July 24th. Fortunately, it turned out not to be cancerous.
I was going to ask how you're doing.
And when we went back to work, I said to my wife, Nikki, it's great that we taught the class, it's great that we had the surgery, it's great that we're healthy again. But you know, long before I ever taught the class, I've actually had an idea for this being a book, which went, you know, back a couple of decades. And so that's when we got serious about taking all of this and turning it into what has now become a best-selling book with a follow-up out in October.
Oh, neat. Where can viewers find this book, The Wisdom of Walt?
So you can go to my website, thewisdomofwalt.com. There you will find a link if you would like a personally signed hardcover edition. You'll also find the link to Amazon there, where you can purchase the softcover, the ebook, the audiobook, and you can also sign up for the free Wisdom of Walt newsletter. And once you do that, you will immediately get a free preview chapter of the upcoming book, Beyond the Wisdom of Walt.
Very nice. We can't wait for that sequel. Thank you very much for your time,
Thank
Jeff.
you.
And we'll see you all later.